Ladies and gentlemen, I want to challenge you to do something powerful today. Imagine you had a secret weapon, a tool so transformative that, if you used it correctly, could change the course of your life in just 3 days. Well, that secret weapon exists, and it is called the conversation you have with yourself. You see, we often underestimate the power of our own thoughts. We speak to ourselves more than anyone else in this world. But what happens when the words we say to ourselves are negative, defeating, or limiting? It drains us, holds us back, and limits our potential. Now imagine if for just 3 days you spoke to yourself differently, more kindly, more confidently, more positively. What could happen then? Let me tell you, you would see a transformation, not overnight, but gradually. The way you talk to yourself determines the way you think, and the way you think determines the actions you take. The actions you take shape your future. So here's the challenge for the next 3 days. Choose to talk to yourself like someone who is worthy, capable, and unstoppable. Choose to be your own biggest cheerleader. For 3 days, make a decision to replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Focus on progress, not perfection. It may sound simple, but I promise you, if you truly commit to this, you will feel the difference in just 72 hours. Your mindset will shift, your confidence will grow, and your productivity will soar. In just 3 days, you will begin to see yourself in a new light, and that is when change begins. What you plant in your mind today will grow tomorrow. Think of your thoughts like seeds. Plant positive seeds, and they will yield positive results. For the next 3 days, plant thoughts of success, gratitude, and confidence. Words are not just sounds, they create the reality you live in. When you speak to yourself with kindness and belief, your actions will align with those words. For the next 3 days, speak words that empower you. How you finish the sentence, I am, will determine your self-worth. Start your day with statements like, I am capable, I am strong, and I am worthy of success. In just 3 days, you'll see how these simple words can elevate your self-esteem. The most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. Change your inner dialogue and you change your destiny. For the next 3 days, speak to yourself like a person destined for greatness. Your best friend believes in you, encourages you, and lifts you up when you're down. Be that person for yourself. For the next 3 days, encourage yourself with words of strength and positivity. Stop focusing on the past. Stop worrying about the future. Focus on what you can control right now, your thoughts and your actions. For the next 3 days, tell yourself, I control my attitude, I control my effort. It's not about one day of good thinking, it's about building a habit. Be consistent with how you talk to yourself. If you commit to talking positively to yourself for just 3 days, you'll start to see a shift in your mindset that will last a lifetime. Change doesn't need to be drastic to be impactful. In just 3 days, if you make a conscious effort to speak to yourself differently, you will see small changes that lead to big results. Take the first step today. It's a 3-day journey worth taking. Remember, your future begins with how you speak to yourself today. Start the next 3 days with the right words and watch your world begin to change. Your mind is like a garden, and every thought you have is a seed. If you plant positive, nurturing seeds, you'll reap a harvest of success, joy, and growth. But if you let weeds of negativity, doubt, and fear grow unchecked, that's the crop you'll harvest. You have the power to choose the seeds you plant. Think about it. If you were to plant a garden, you wouldn't simply throw seeds all over the place without considering what you were planting, right? You'd choose carefully. You'd select seeds that would yield the results you want. Well, your thoughts work the same way. If you plant thoughts of self-doubt and limitation, you'll grow a life of mediocrity and struggle. But if you plant seeds of confidence, possibility, and discipline, you will harvest a future full of opportunities and success. The beauty of this is that it's entirely in your control. The garden of your mind will produce based on the seeds you choose to plant and nurture. And just like a garden, your mind requires care and attention. You can't neglect it and expect it to flourish. It needs consistent, positive input. Every day, you should tend to your garden by replacing negative thoughts with uplifting ones. Water it with encouragement, nurture it with gratitude, and feed it with vision and purpose. It takes effort, yes, but the rewards are worth it. A garden of positive thoughts will produce a life of fulfillment, health, and success. And the best part is, you have the power to choose your thoughts. You can choose to plant the seeds of greatness today, and in the future, you'll see the fruits of that labor. The question is, what kind of garden are you tending to in your mind right now? What kind of seeds are you planting? Choose wisely because your future depends on it. Words have the incredible power to shape the reality you live in. The words you speak, not only to others but also to yourself, create the framework for your life. Every sentence you say plants an idea in your mind, and that idea grows into actions, decisions, and ultimately the results you see in your life. If you speak words of defeat, limitations, or negativity, your mind will accept them as truth, and you will see a world full of challenges and barriers. But if you speak words of power, possibility, and belief, your mind will work to bring those words to life. Think about how you speak to yourself each day. How often do you say things like, I can't, it's too hard, or I'll never be able to do that? Those words reinforce the belief that you're not capable, that the world is against you, and that success is out of reach. But if you start replacing those words with affirmations of strength, confidence, and opportunity, your entire perspective shifts. When you say, I can do this, I am capable, or I am worthy of success, your mind starts to focus on ways to make those words true. What you say matters. Your words create your world. If you want to change your circumstances, change the language you use. When you speak with confidence and conviction, you align your thoughts, your actions, and your energy with your goals. You begin to see new possibilities, and you attract new opportunities. The power of words lies in their ability to influence not only how others see you, but more importantly, how you see yourself. It's also important to remember that the words you speak influence your emotions. When you speak positively, your mood lifts, your energy increases, and you start to take more confident steps. When your words are negative, your energy drops and you become paralyzed by fear and doubt. The words you choose determine the mindset you operate from, and your mindset dictates the direction of your life. Every day is an opportunity to speak a new reality into existence. When you start choosing your words carefully, words that empower you, words that encourage growth, and words that affirm your potential, you will begin to see your reality shift. It won't happen overnight, but over time, your words will create the foundation for a life that reflects the person you are becoming. Remember, the words you speak today are shaping the life you'll live tomorrow. Speak wisely, speak with intention, and watch how your world transforms in response. The power of words is in your hands, so use them to create the future you desire. The phrase 1 a.m. holds incredible power. It is the beginning of every thought you have about yourself, and it shapes your reality in ways you may not even realize. When you say I am, you are affirming your identity, your capabilities, and your destiny. What follows those two words determines the direction of your life. When you say I am capable, you set the stage for success. You are declaring that you have the skills, the strength, and the perseverance to handle whatever comes your way. You are telling your mind and your body to get to work because you believe in your potential. On the other hand, when you say I am not good enough or I am a failure, you are planting seeds of limitation and self-doubt. Those seeds will take root, and you will begin to act in ways that reinforce those beliefs. The words you choose after I am are more than just words, they are affirmations of your reality. I am successful, I am worthy, I am confident. These statements not only influence your thoughts, but they guide your actions and decisions. They shape the way you show up in the world. If you tell yourself, I am not capable of this, your actions will reflect that belief. But if you say, I am capable, I am resourceful, and I am determined, your actions will align with those empowering thoughts, and you will start moving toward your goals with confidence. The power of I am is that it is a constant personal affirmation. Whether you're aware of it or not, you are always speaking to yourself. The question is, what are you saying? Are you telling yourself that you're not enough, or are you affirming your greatness? The words you choose will determine your future. The beauty of this is that you can change your life with just a shift in how you speak to yourself. The moment you start using I am statements that reflect your true potential, you begin to change the way you think and ultimately the way you live. I am focused, I am resilient, I am powerful. These words are powerful tools that will guide you toward the life you desire. Remember, your identity is not something fixed, it is something you have the power to shape with every I am statement you make. When you use these words consciously with conviction and purpose, you're not just speaking to yourself, you're creating the future you want to live. So every time you say I am, ask yourself, what do I want to become? And then speak it into existence. Because when you say I am, you are giving life to your dreams, your desires, and your destiny. The conversation you have with yourself is the most important dialogue you'll ever engage in. It's the silent voice in your mind that shapes everything about you, the way you see the world, the way you approach challenges, and ultimately the results you achieve. Your inner dialogue is the foundation of your success or failure. It dictates how you respond to difficulties, how you view opportunities, and how you carry yourself through life. Consider this: if your inner dialogue is filled with negativity, doubt, and fear, your actions will reflect that. If you constantly tell yourself, this is too hard, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, you're programming yourself for failure. Your mind will believe what you tell it. and it will reinforce those thoughts by guiding you to act in ways that align with them. When you think you can't, your actions will prove that you can't. On the other hand, if your inner dialogue is filled with encouragement, belief, and determination, your actions will follow suit. If you tell yourself, I can handle this, I'm learning and growing, or I have what it takes, you begin to view the world through a lens of possibility. Your mind will find solutions, help you stay focused, and push you to keep going even when things get tough. This is the power of positive inner dialogue. It sets you up to succeed because you're constantly reinforcing the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals. The key to success is not just what you say out loud to others, but what you say to yourself when no one else is listening. If you want to change your life, you need to change the way you talk to yourself. Speak to yourself as you would a best friend, with kindness, encouragement, and belief. Remind yourself of your strengths, your potential, and your ability to overcome obstacles. This positive inner dialogue is what will propel you forward, even when the external world tries to hold you back. Your inner dialogue has the power to unlock greatness, but it's up to you to choose it. The way you talk to yourself shapes your self-image, your confidence, and your ability to take action. When you change the way you think and speak to yourself, you change the trajectory of your life. The journey to success begins in your mind by cultivating a mindset of possibility, resilience, and optimism. What you say to yourself in private shapes what you can achieve in public. So start paying attention to your inner dialogue and make it your greatest ally. Because when you believe in yourself, the world starts to believe in you too. Imagine for a moment that you had a best friend who always believed in you no matter what. Someone who cheered you on when things were tough, lifted you up when you were down, and constantly reminded you of your strength, your worth, and your potential. Now, what if I told you that this person could be you? What if you could become your own best friend? The truth is, many people are quick to encourage and support others, but when it comes to themselves, they fall short. They're often their own harshest critics, focusing on their flaws and mistakes rather than their progress and strengths. But the key to true success is learning to be your own biggest supporter. If you can become the person who believes in yourself first, you will find that others will start to believe in you too. Being your own best friend means being kind to yourself, especially when you make mistakes. It means treating yourself with the same love and compassion you would give to someone you truly care about. We all fall short from time to time, but how you talk to yourself during those moments is crucial. If your inner dialogue is filled with judgment, self-criticism, and negativity, it will only hold you back. But if you can learn to say, it's okay, I'm learning, I'll get better, or this is just a stepping stone, you shift your mindset from failure to growth. Being your own best friend also means encouraging yourself even when things feel uncertain. It's easy to quit when the road gets tough, but if you're your own best friend, you'll remind yourself that perseverance is the key. You'll say, I've been through challenges before and I can get through this one, or I am capable of more than I know. When you speak to yourself with belief, you start to act with confidence. And when you act with confidence, you begin to achieve things you once thought were impossible. You must also learn to give yourself credit. Too often, people focus on what's still left to do, ignoring the progress they've already made. Being your own best friend means celebrating the small wins, the efforts, and the growth, not just the big outcomes. A best friend always acknowledges the effort, the courage, and the steps forward, no matter how small they seem. You should do the same for yourself. Ultimately, when you become your own best friend, you stop relying on others to validate your worth. You begin to create your own source of motivation and confidence. You understand that the most important relationship in your life is the one you have with yourself, because it's this relationship that determines your success, your happiness, and your peace of mind. So today, start treating yourself like your best friend. Encourage yourself when you need it, lift yourself up when you feel down, and remind yourself that you are worthy of success and happiness. When you become your own greatest supporter, the world around you will change because you'll approach it with the confidence, strength, and belief of someone who truly knows their value. You'll discover that you are more resilient, more capable, and more powerful than you ever imagined. In life, there's one simple truth: we cannot control everything. The world around us is unpredictable, and there will always be situations, circumstances, and people beyond our influence. But here's the good news: what we can control is far more important than what we can't. When you focus on what you can control, you'll start to see a shift in your results, your mindset, and your life. The first thing you can control is your attitude. Life may throw challenges your way, but how you respond to those challenges is entirely up to you. You can choose to react with frustration, negativity, or helplessness, or you can choose to respond with resilience, patience, and a sense of opportunity. The world might not be fair and things won't always go your way, but how you think about those moments is yours to decide. When you choose a positive attitude, you empower yourself to turn even the toughest situations into stepping stones for growth. Another thing you control is your effort. No one can take away your ability to work hard, to push through obstacles, or to show up every day with commitment. You might not always control the outcomes, but you can control the actions you take to get there. Your effort determines your progress, and even when results are slow to come, consistency and dedication will eventually pay off. When you focus on giving your best effort, regardless of the circumstances, you put yourself in a position to succeed. You also control your habits. The daily choices you make, whether small or large, shape your future. If you choose to form habits that are aligned with your goals, whether that's waking up early, exercising, reading, or learning something new, those habits compound over time to create a life of success. On the other hand, if you allow distractions, poor habits, and laziness to dominate your routine, you'll find yourself falling short of your potential. The power of habit is in your hands. If you focus on building habits that serve your goals, you will create the life you desire. You have control over how you manage your time. Time is the one resource you can never get back, so how you use it is critical. You can choose to spend your time reacting to the demands of others, or you can choose to prioritize what truly matters to you. When you focus on what you can control, you decide how to spend your time, whether it's working on a personal project, investing in relationships, or taking time for self-care. When you make time your ally, you'll find that you accomplish more and feel more fulfilled in the process. Ultimately, focusing on what you can control leads to peace of mind. You stop wasting energy on things that are beyond your reach, and you put your attention where it can truly make a difference. It's easy to get caught up in what's not going right, what others are doing, or the things that are out of your control. But when you center your attention on your attitude, your effort, your habits, and your time, you begin to realize that you have far more influence over your life than you think. When you focus on what you can control, you move forward with purpose, confidence, and clarity. The key to success isn't in trying to change the world around you, it's in mastering the things you can change within yourself. When you focus on your mindset, your actions, and your choices, you unlock the power to create the future you desire, regardless of the challenges that may come your way. Consistency is one of the most powerful keys to success. It's easy to get excited about a new goal, a new project, or a new idea. We often begin with passion and energy, full of motivation. But what sets successful people apart is their ability to maintain that enthusiasm day after day, even when the initial excitement fades. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up consistently, doing the work, and staying committed no matter how you feel or what obstacles you face. The truth is, success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of repeated action, small choices made every day that add up over time. Think of it like planting a tree. At first, it's just a tiny seed. It takes time, patience, and consistent care before you see any growth above the ground. But if you water it every day, if you give it sunlight and nurture it consistently, eventually it will become a strong, towering tree. Success works the same way. The small, consistent actions you take today will eventually lead to results, even if you don't see the immediate payoff. When you're consistent, you build momentum. Each day you take action, no matter how small, you create progress. And progress builds confidence. When you look back, you realize how far you've come simply by sticking with it, even when things seem tough or slow. That's the power of consistency. It doesn't require perfect conditions or extraordinary effort, just a steady commitment to keep moving forward. Consistency also creates habits, and habits are the foundation of success. Good habits lead to good results. If you're consistently reading, for example, you'll develop knowledge and skills that pay off in the long run. If you consistently exercise, you'll build health and energy that will fuel all areas of your life. If you consistently work on your goals, even when they seem distant, you'll make progress that will eventually make them a reality. It's the power of doing the right things regularly that leads to lasting results. The challenge is that consistency often requires discipline. It's easy to start something with excitement, but it takes real determination to keep going when the initial motivation fades or when distractions arise. But discipline is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. It's sticking to your schedule, even when it's hard. It's keeping your promises to yourself, even when the world offers you easier options. This is where many people falter, but if you can master consistency, you will give yourself an undeniable advantage. One of the most important things to remember about consistency is that it compounds over time. The little things you do every day add up in ways you can't always see right away. The consistent effort you put into your work, your relationships, and your personal growth will eventually lead to breakthroughs. The key is to trust the process, to know that the daily steps you take today will lead you toward the life you want to create. So whether it's in your career, your health, or your personal development, commit to being consistent. Keep going, even when the results aren't immediate. Trust that the small steps you're taking every day are leading you toward something great. It's not the grand gestures, the big leaps, or the moments of brilliance that lead to success. It's the consistent actions, the day in and day out effort that creates lasting change and lasting success. The 3-day shift is a simple but incredibly powerful concept. It's the idea that in just 3 days, you can change the course of your life. Now, I'm not talking about some magic formula or instant transformation, but rather a focused, intentional shift in your mindset, your actions, and the way you approach life. In just 3 days, you can lay the foundation for lasting change, and here's how it works. For most of us, life is a series of habits and routines, many of which we've picked up over the years without much thought. These habits dictate how we think, how we react, and how we respond to the challenges that come our way. But the truth is, most of those habits aren't leading us toward the life we want. They might be holding us back, making us feel stuck, or keeping us in a state of comfort that's actually stopping us from growing. The beauty of the 3-day shift is that it breaks that cycle. In just 3 days, you can decide to take control. You can choose to stop living on autopilot and start living with intention. The first step is to recognize that the change you seek is within your grasp. It doesn't require months of preparation or waiting for the perfect moment. It starts with a decision to think differently, a decision to act differently, a decision to stop making excuses and start making progress. The key to the 3-day shift is commitment. If you commit to doing something different for just 3 days, you'll begin to see the power of consistency. For example, let's say you commit to focusing on your health for 3 days. You choose to eat better, exercise, and take care of your body. In just 3 days, you'll notice a difference in how you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. You'll see that small changes, when made consistently, add up. And the best part is, after those 3 days, you'll have built momentum, and you'll be more likely to continue making healthy choices. The 3-day shift works in other areas of life as well. If you commit to focusing on your personal development for 3 days, reading, learning, and growing, you'll be amazed at how much knowledge you can absorb in such a short period of time. The same applies to your relationships. If you commit to showing up as the best version of yourself for 3 days, being present, kind, and attentive, you'll begin to notice the positive changes in how you connect with others. These 3 days are not just a starting point, they are a catalyst for the changes you want to see in your life. The beauty of the 3-day shift is that it forces you to be intentional. It takes you out of your comfort zone and challenges you to take deliberate action. For 3 days, you make a conscious effort to create positive habits, to choose your thoughts and actions with purpose. You stop reacting to life and start taking charge of it. This is what brings about lasting change. After those 3 days, you'll realize that it's not about making dramatic overnight changes. It's about consistency and discipline. The shift you experience in 3 days is just the beginning. The habits and mindset you develop during those 3 days can carry over into the rest of your life as long as you stay committed. So take those first 3 days seriously. Decide what area of your life you want to shift and commit to making small but meaningful changes. It might be a change in your attitude, your health, your work ethic, or your relationships. Whatever it is, focus on it for just 3 days. Make the decision today, and by the end of those 3 days, you'll have a new sense of clarity, confidence, and purpose. You'll see the power of focused effort, and you'll realize that the life you want to create is within your reach. It all starts with a 3-day shift.